I used to think being busy meant I was winning. Like, if I answered emails at 1:43 a.m., drank coffee that tasted like burnt anxiety, and had 17 Chrome tabs open while listening to a productivity podcast called Wake Up at 4 a.m. or Stay Poor, eventually I'd become rich. Instead, I was eating instant noodles in an apartment that smelled vaguely like depression and keyboard dust, while a client named Crypto King 247 owed me $4,800. And the worst part? From the outside, my freelance career looked successful. I had clients, I had followers, I had invoices, I even tweeted things like, "Blessed to be building freedom." Meanwhile, my bank account looked like a humanitarian crisis. Then one night, at exactly 2:14 a.m., my accountant called me and said something that genuinely made my stomach drop. And that's when I realized something terrifying. A lot of freelancers aren't broke because they're lazy. They're broke because they're trapped in a game designed to make them feel productive while quietly destroying them financially. And I was about to learn that in the dumbest way possible. My name's Ryan. I'm 29 years old, and at the time this story happened, I was a freelance video editor living in Los Angeles. Or technically living, because my apartment was basically a rectangular storage unit with emotional support LED lights. I had 2 monitors, 3 overdue credit card payments, a standing desk I bought after watching one productivity YouTuber, and exactly 0 understanding of taxes. But honestly, things looked good. I had clients from Upwork, a few YouTubers hired me, I edited podcasts, made TikTok ads, did thumbnails, motion graphics, sometimes random crypto videos narrated by AI voices that sounded like motivational microwaves. And every single day felt busy. That's important. Busy. Not profitable, not stable, not healthy. Busy.
There's a difference, but back then, I couldn't tell. My typical day looked insane. Wake up late because I edited until 3 a.m. Panic check Slack. Drink coffee. Promise myself I'd lock in. Spend 40 minutes reorganizing my Notion dashboard instead of working. Reply to a client who wrote, "Quick revision, bro," which in freelancer language means, "I'm about to ruin your evening." Then, another client would suddenly need one tiny change, and somehow that tiny change required re-editing the entire project from scratch. Meanwhile, rent was $2,200. My subscriptions were multiplying like rabbits. Adobe, Dropbox, Canva, Frame.io, ChatGPT, some AI tool I forgot I subscribed to, another AI tool claiming it would 10x my workflow. Spoiler, it did not. I looked productive constantly, but every month ended the same way. Me staring at my banking app like it had personally betrayed me. And things got worse when I discovered freelance Twitter. Huge mistake, because every guy online was apparently making 70K a month while living in Bali and drinking espresso near infinity pools. Meanwhile, I was Googling, "Can you pay taxes late if you're emotionally overwhelmed?" And that's when I made the decision that started the entire disaster. I decided I needed more clients. Not better systems, not better pricing, not financial literacy. More clients, which is exactly how I accidentally destroyed my own life.
At first, getting more clients felt amazing. My inbox exploded. I was networking, cold emailing, posting content, DMing creators, joining Discord groups full of sleep-deprived freelancers pretending burnout was a personality trait. And somehow it worked. Within 3 months, I had 12 active clients. 12. Which sounds impressive until you realize I was basically running a digital daycare center for emotionally unstable entrepreneurs. Every client had urgent requests. Every project needed revisions. Every deadline was super important. One client sent voice notes that sounded like hostage negotiations. Another paid exclusively late. One guy literally disappeared for 3 weeks, then returned saying, "Hey man, sorry, was in Thailand." Cool. I was in financial despair. But the money coming in looked good. That's the trap. Revenue feels like success until expenses show up wearing steel-toed boots. I started making around $11,000 a month, which to me felt insane. I remember walking into Whole Foods thinking, I've made it. Then I bought blueberries and immediately understood why rich people look stressed. Still, I upgraded everything. Better apartment, better desk, better headphones, a stupidly expensive ergonomic chair that looked like a transformer kneeling. Lifestyle inflation hit me like a truck. Because freelancers do this weird thing where one good month convinces us we're permanently wealthy, which is financially equivalent to seeing one sunny day and selling your roof. But the real problem wasn't spending, it was chaos.
I had no system, no budgeting, no tax savings, no emergency fund, no schedule. I was just sprinting through life holding invoices like lottery tickets. And that's when the burnout started creeping in. Slowly at first. Tiny things. Forgetting emails, missing deadlines, accidentally calling one client by another client's name. Then, physical symptoms. Headaches, insomnia, constant anxiety. I'd wake up already stressed, like my nervous system had an alarm clock. The crazy part? I kept telling myself this was success. Because online, hustle culture makes exhaustion sound glamorous. While they sleep, you grind. Brother, I needed magnesium in therapy. Then came the caffeine phase. This part gets embarrassing. I became one of those freelancers who treated coffee like intravenous medicine. Cold brew in the morning, espresso at noon, energy drink at night. At one point, my hands were shaking during a Zoom call and I blamed bad Wi-Fi. And somehow, despite working nonstop, I still felt broke. That's the psychological torture of freelancing nobody talks about. You can make more money than ever before while simultaneously feeling poorer than ever. Because inconsistent income destroys your brain. One month, I'd make 12K. The next, 3 clients vanish, 1 invoice delayed, a platform issue freezes payments. Suddenly, I'm eating frozen burritos and pretending it's intentional minimalism. Then, something happened that changed everything. I got a message from a massive creator, a real one, millions of subscribers, blue checkmark, huge audience, big team, and they wanted to hire me. I genuinely almost screamed. This was it, my breakthrough, my made it moment. Except, I ignored literally every red flag imaginable.
The creator's manager hopped on a Zoom call with me. He had that aggressive startup energy where every sentence sounds motivational and threatening at the same time. He kept saying things like, "We move fast, we need killers, we're building an empire," which should have concerned me immediately, because nobody normal talks like a Batman villain on LinkedIn. But I was blinded by excitement. The offer was huge, $8,000 monthly retainer. For me at the time, that sounded like Elon Musk money. There was just one problem. The workload was insane. Daily edits, emergency revisions, weekend turnarounds, thumbnails, clips, creative strategy. Basically, they wanted an entire production studio disguised as one exhausted guy in sweatpants. But I accepted instantly, because freelancers are biologically incapable of saying no to money. The first month was chaos. My sleep schedule disappeared. I stopped cooking, stopped exercising, stopped seeing friends. My Apple Watch literally sent me a notification saying, "Your stress levels appear concerning." Even my watch was worried. And then the creator started blowing up even more, which meant more content, more edits, more quick changes. At one point, I fell asleep at my desk and woke up to 23 unread Slack notifications. I looked like a Victorian child working in a digital factory. But the money kept coming, so I ignored the warning signs until tax season arrived. And that's when my entire reality collapsed.
I remember the exact moment, 2:14 a.m. I was exporting a video called Top 10 Side Hustles Teenagers Are Using to Retire Early, which already felt spiritually insulting. Then my phone rang. It was my accountant. Now, if your accountant calls you at 2 a.m., congratulations, something horrific has happened. I answered thinking maybe I forgot a form. Instead, he goes, "Ryan, how much money did you save for taxes?" And I laughed, actually laughed, because I thought he was joking. Silence. Then he says, "You did save money for taxes, right?" Guys, I had not saved money for taxes, not even close, not even emotionally. Turns out when you're self-employed in America, the government expects you to behave like a functional adult, which I was not. I owed over $27,000. $27,000. I genuinely felt my soul leave my body. And here's the terrifying part. I technically had made enough money that year to afford it, but I'd spent it. Apartment, gear, subscriptions, food delivery, random business investments, a course called Scale to 7 Figures, which ironically, I could no longer afford. I remember opening my banking app in complete silence. It looked like a crime scene, and things somehow got worse.
Because around the same time, 3 clients disappeared. One ghosted me completely. One said they were restructuring. Another replaced part of my editing workload with AI tools.
I suddenly went from overloaded to financially cornered almost overnight. This is the hidden horror of freelancing. Your income can collapse faster than your lifestyle adjusts. And I panicked hard. I started taking every project imaginable. Cheap edits, rush jobs, TikTok clips for people selling online courses about becoming alpha males through cold showers. I was exhausted, desperate, embarrassingly desperate. One night, I accepted a project for $120 that took 11 hours. 11? That's not freelancing anymore. That's digital indentured servitude. And the stress started leaking into everything. I stopped replying to friends. My mom called asking if I was okay, because apparently I sounded emotionally haunted, which was accurate. Then came the worst moment, the breakdown.
It happened in a Starbucks, classic freelancer location. I was editing on 2 hours of sleep while simultaneously arguing with a client through Slack. He kept requesting revisions, tiny ones. Can we make it pop more? I would rather wrestle a crocodile than hear the phrase "make it pop more" ever again. Then my card declined trying to buy coffee, in public, in front of people. And normally that's survivable, except my brain was already hanging together with expired caffeine and financial anxiety. So I just sat there staring at the card machine like it personally insulted my family. Then my landlord texted me, rent reminder. Then another client emailed, "Hey bro, just circling back." Then my accountant sent another message. Then Slack notifications started exploding. And suddenly, I couldn't breathe properly. Full panic attack, in Starbucks, while lo-fi music played in the background, like the universe was mocking me. I had spent years chasing freelance freedom, and somehow created the worst boss imaginable, myself. That realization hit harder than the money problems, because nobody forced me into this cycle. I kept saying yes. Yes to underpricing, yes to overwork, yes to fake urgency, yes to looking successful online. I confused motion with progress. That's what changed everything for me.
Freelancers can become addicted to activity because activity feels productive. But being busy isn't the same as building wealth. You can answer emails for 14 hours straight and still be financially drowning. And honestly, a lot of online hustle culture depends on you never realizing that. Because if exhausted freelancers stopped panicking constantly, half the productivity industry would collapse overnight. So I went home, opened my laptop, and did something terrifying. I fired clients. Not all of them, just the worst ones, the energy vampires, the quick revision terrorists, the midnight voice note entrepreneurs. And for the first time in years, things got quiet, uncomfortably quiet, which is when another terrifying thing happened. I had to confront my actual finances. No motivational podcast, no fake productivity, just numbers. And the numbers were ugly. Credit card debt, no savings, massive tax bill, unstable income. I remember sitting there thinking, how was I working this much and still losing? Then I finally understood the freelancer trap. Freelancers don't usually go broke all at once. They leak money slowly through chaos. Late fees, poor pricing, burnout, bad clients, impulse spending after stressful months. No systems, no boundaries. It's death by 1,000 subscriptions. And once I realized that, I started rebuilding everything differently.
The first thing I changed was terrifyingly simple. I stopped glorifying being busy. That alone felt illegal. I raised my prices, which nearly made me throw up, because every freelancer secretly believes charging more will instantly destroy their career. Instead, most bad clients disappeared. Turns out nightmare clients love cheap freelancers because chaos is part of the package. Then I built systems, automatic tax savings, budget tracking, emergency fund. Nothing sexy. No billionaire morning routine nonsense, just boring financial stability. And weirdly, that changed my life more than any hustle strategy ever did. I also stopped trying to look successful online. That one was huge, because freelance culture online is basically performance art. Everybody's posting screenshots, revenue numbers, fake productivity, luxury apartments rented for Instagram reels. Meanwhile, half of them are one bad month away from emotional collapse. Once I stopped comparing myself to internet entrepreneurs who wake up at 5 a.m. to drink mushroom powder and journal on rooftops,
I got calmer, then healthier, then actually more profitable. Which is the funniest part, because the less grind set I became, the more money I made.
I worked fewer hours, kept better clients, delivered higher quality work, and eventually something wild happened. I started feeling stable. Not rich, stable. Honestly, stability is underrated. Nobody online flexes, I have a healthy emergency fund and manageable stress levels. But that's the real flex. Not fake Lamborghinis, not hustle tweets. Sleeping peacefully. That's wealth. And slowly, life became normal again. I cooked more, started sleeping, went outside occasionally like a recovering cave creature. Even my parents noticed. My mom literally said, "You sound less insane." Progress. And eventually, I paid off the tax debt. That moment felt better than any freelance payment I'd ever received, because it represented control, not chaos. But the weirdest part, I still see freelancers repeating the exact cycle constantly. Always busy, always stressed, always grinding. And sometimes I want to grab them by the shoulders and say, your calendar being full does not mean your business is healthy. But honestly, most people don't learn that until burnout punches them directly in the face, just like it did to me.
Now, my freelance life looks way less impressive online. I don't post rising grind content. I don't pretend I love working weekends. And I definitely don't worship productivity anymore. Some days I finish work at 4 p.m. and just exist like a normal human being, which younger freelancer me would have considered weakness. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The goal of freelancing isn't to become a machine. It's to build a life that actually feels livable. And ironically, the moment I stopped trying to look like a successful freelancer, I finally became one. Although to be fair, I still flinch every time my accountant calls me.